Good evening, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Lewis, and this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Welcome back to another episode, fans. We're glad to have you joining us. Today's going to be a hell of a day, hell of a topic. A lot has happened around the wrestling world, and we're going to get to that tonight. First off, let's get to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown this week. It was okay. Wasn't the worst. They said ratings did drop. Wasn't too bad. The ending of Monday Night Raw kind of caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting Cedric Alexander, but he actually did pretty good things, It was cool the way he did it, and actually I enjoyed it. I think they're trying to give this man a little push going on here. With Cedric Alexander, he was a pretty good tag team partner with Roman Reigns. They lost, but it was pretty good. Everything else that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was awesome. Everything, the promos, which we're going to get to promos in a second. We also had Rey Mysterio returning on Monday Night Raw. Excellent return. Welcome back, Rey. But you got the living shit kicked out of you when it came to Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is trying to make a statement, and we're going to get into that come the card for Extreme Rules. You also have Aleister Black on SmackDown. His challenge was finally accepted. By who? Cesaro. What a promo, the way they did that, him circling around the chair. Oh man, that shit was awesome. Like he just said it, I am here for a fight. And that's what he's going to get with Aleister Black. And I'm looking forward to that match. Those two are great athletes, two powerhouse, great in the ring with certain caliber together. I can't wait. Then you have Ali cutting another crazy promo. Caught my attention. It's hard to create promos like that. The man is coming back. The man wants to make a statement at the WWE. He wants to go after the talent. He wants to do what he got to do. What has happened to the B team? I don't know. The B team has been MIA. It's just, oh my God. We haven't seen them in weeks. We haven't seen them in months. These guys were a good tag team. They won the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. And then next thing you know, they don't even exist anymore. I don't understand why. They're a good tag team. Curtis Axel and I just totally blanked out his name. Jesus, I just forgot his name. Bo Dallas. I'm sorry. There you go. Bo Dallas and Axel. These guys were a good tag team. I don't understand why they took them out of the equation. Also, what has happened to John Cena? Yeah, he's making movies. Yeah, he's going for Fast and the Furious 9. He's made the Bumblebee. He's made movies with Jackie Chan. But the man is still a wrestler. Why hasn't he been on TV? Why is this part-timer not there? Nobody knows. He might show up out of nowhere. You never know. The pipe bomb that happened with Kevin Owens against the McMahon family. Holy shit. That was some serious words what he was saying, which is true. The WWE is holding back a lot of guys in this industry. You know what I mean? Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka, Apollo Crews. Get these guys going. You have a whole shitload of talent. Get them up there. Hopefully now with Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman that are there, they can actually make something of these guys, make new stars like they did back then. And Eric Bischoff, the man got a mind of a genius. Ran WCW, did a whole shitload in WCW. Let's see that same genius mode here in WWE. Same thing with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is a genius. He knows what he's doing. Let's get him out there. Speculation, and this is only speculation, but now this might be confirmed. Sasha Banks is returning to the WWE. Is that true? Some say she might show up this coming Sunday in the pay-per-view. Some say she's returning back to Monday Night Raw. We don't know. Anybody, and I mean anybody that loves women's wrestling and loves wrestling, wants to see Sasha Banks back in the WWE. We need that type of attitude back in the WWE. We also been hearing that Bobby Lashley has challenged Bray Wyatt on the internet saying he wants a fight. Who knows? He might show up, Bray Wyatt might show up this Sunday and interrupt that last man standing match with Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, which we'll get to and we'll give our prediction. You also heard, I've also heard that Kofi Kingston is fighting with a back injury. How is this going to affect him going into his match in Extreme Rules? I don't know. The man is still a hell of a champion, but it's going to have to be played out once he comes to Extreme Rules. You know, the man, he's a hell of a high flyer. One of the best WWE champions I've seen, but I don't know. You know, if you guys want to give your predictions, you want to give your input, feel free to do it on the comments. But it feels kind of iffy with me with this guy now that he has that back injury. You know, there's been reports of the Latin American Exchange has been in talks and getting offers from WWE and AEW. Where do you think this faction is going to be? Where do you think they're going to land? I'm excited to find out where they're going to land. Last time we had Sean Hernandez on the show, he mentioned that he would have gone to WWE. There was a lot of stuff going on in TNA. Who knows? It would be an awesome impact for them to be in there. And I would love to see them go up against the Bullet Club. That would be amazing to see. So who knows what's going to happen. Rhino appears at TNA Impact. As a matter of fact, Impact. Let me take out TNA because it's no longer TNA. At Impact Wrestling. Yet this man has a no contract. He has a no contract clause. He cannot wrestle until his contract is up. Everybody knew it was him. Everybody knew the size, the way he looked. Wearing that mask ain't going to help. But he ended up going on it anyway. So we were surprised to see him there. But it looks like once he's done, he's going to be working for Impact Wrestling again. So let's see how that goes. Maria Kanellis, another great promo, another great act in WWE Raw, telling her husband, you are not the father. You're not the father. You know, yes, she is pregnant. She's legitimately pregnant. And she came up with that storyline telling him she's treating her husband like shit. And that's what's going on. That's what WWE is going with right now. So it's getting a little heated up right now. And speaking of heated up, Lacey Evans, she literally, legitimately punched Becky Lynch in the face. Like you could see it in, like, in the face, like right here with the right hook in her face. And she took it like a champ. You know, just like that same thing happened with Nia Jax. Nia Jax broke her nose and everything. You know, there might have been some backstage heat. There might have not been. She probably wanted it to happen. I'm not sure. But we're going to get into that match also with our predictions at the end of the show. And when it comes to certain stuff like that, it's pretty hard to determine whether or not that was staged or not staged. So who knows? What has happened with the women's tag team titles? Come on, WWE. You got the titles for the women. First ever tag team champions in WWE history for women. Now where the hell are they? You never see them on TV. You never see them defended. What are you waiting for? Take advantage of this. The women have talent just as much as the men. Do it. Let them do what they want to do. Let them just take over. Not take over. Let them fight. Let them get in the ring and defend those titles. That's what needs to be done. Say no more. Another great match that we saw on SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor. Two excellent athletes in the ring. I want to see more of Shinsuke Nakamura. The man is phenomenal. The man's phenomenal. He was a superstar in Japan, superstar all over the world. NXT, utilize him, take him, and just run with it. Now, fans, today's topic: the most extreme moments in wrestling. And I know there's one person that is watching. Lee, welcome to the show. Thank you for watching. You, out of all people, know about extreme moments in wrestling. There's been many extreme moments in wrestling, and I've seen a whole bunch in WWE, WCW, and ECW. One that stands out to me of an extreme moment: when Mick Foley and The Undertaker fought at King of the Ring on Hell in a Cell. Holy shit, I thought the man was dead. He got thrown off the cage, thrown through the cage, had a chair hit his face. The man had his teeth through his nose, and like Wow. And the man kept wrestling. He put tacks on the floor. He got body slam on the tacks, still went through the match, and still Undertaker won. But he got a lot of respect from the fans when he went through that match with the Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. Excuse me. He also had another match with Triple H in a Hell in a Cell. This time he went through the cage. This one was prompt. He fell and went through the ring, which also a lot of people were like, wow, holy shit. This guy had a barbed wire bat with a knife, wrapped around in a bat with barbed wire, with fire, hit Triple H with it. He also, I remember his match with Randy Orton, that they had an Extreme Rules match. They had tacks, they had barbed wire, bats, and Randy Orton got thrown on those tacks, which I know just by looking at the face, he was in agonizing pain. And there's going to be a few here with Mick Foley, because Mick Foley is just iconic when it comes to stuff like that. He also got pedigree. This was in the Royal Rumble, a last man standing match. He got pedigreed on tacks against Triple H for the WWE Championship. Triple H won. Again, got a shitload of respect, Mick Foley, because of what he was doing. Some people say, oh, he's a glorified stuntman. He's just doing it just to do. No, the man is entertaining the fans. And that's what counts, to entertain the fans. You understand? And that's what I'm saying. You also had a moment when Mick Foley got speared at WrestleMania 22 in a burning table. This man, I tell you, I don't know how he was able to do it. And then that right there, that's where he got his WrestleMania moment. He was told right there in the back by Michael P.S. Hayes, you got your WrestleMania moment right there. Why? Because the man is iconic, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer today. And speaking of Edge, I still remember that match when there was tables, ladders, and chairs at WrestleMania 17. When he speared Jeff Hardy off that railing, pretty much holding onto the belts. He jumped off the ladder and speared him. Holy shit. I held my breath and I was like, wow, what a move. And what an extreme move that happened, which caught everybody by surprise. So I was not expecting that. Also, Edge has been in other matches, such as a ladder match with Matt Hardy. That one was brutal. They have been in other extreme matches. TLC 1 in WrestleMania 2000. Like, that one was fierce. I still remember that match to this day. When him and Christian first fought the Hardy Boys in a ladder match. When the Hardy Boys won, the amount of respect these fans gave them was unbearable. They were beyond humble. They were, wow. And that's when I definitely took a liking to the Attitude Era, because that's when shit hit the fan. Things got crazy. Everything went, I wouldn't say downhill. Everything went, it just skyrocketed. You know, and that's what I loved back then in the Attitude Era. And I'm hoping they bring that shit back when they come this with Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman. There was another match I saw with Mick Foley. He was Cactus Jack in ECW. He fought Terry Funk in a barbed wire, as they called it, the barbed wire massacre. Holy shit, these guys went through hell. I'm sorry, that was with Sabu and Terry Funk. My mistake. Those two went through hell. I believe it was Sabu that had a torn bicep, and he taped it around his arm during the match, and they still kept going. Like, how do you do that? Like, that was one of the most, if not the most gruesome match in professional wrestling history, with these two going through barbed wire. Now, when I mentioned Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, they were fighting Public Enemy at ECW Hardcore Heaven. These two were fighting in the brawl. They were asking for chairs. Next thing you know, the whole crowd was throwing chairs in the ring, and they buried Public Enemy underneath those chairs. How the hell do you do that? Like, I don't understand how they were still living. You know, God rest their souls. They're not with us anymore. But shit, that was crazy. One person in particular that's crazy when it comes to stunts and extreme stuff, Shane McMahon. He fought Steve Blackman he fought Steve Blackman in a match at SummerSlam. He went up to the Titantron, was trying to do something crazy. Steve Blackman kept following him. Steve Blackman hit him with a kendo stick. He literally fell from the Titantron about maybe 15, 20 feet. What the hell were you thinking? The man survived anyway. I don't know how, but it was a hell of a match. It was an extreme match. To this day, fans don't forget. Another one, including Shane McMahon, was with WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle and him had a match. These two, oh my God, what? He tried to put him through the glass. Wasn't working. As soon as he flipped him, did a belly-to-belly suplex, he hit the floor hard. And you could hear the thump on the floor. That shit must have hurt. Then he said, you know what? I'm just going to throw him. Let's do it again. Boom. Got him through. Second time, he said, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to throw him just like that through the glass. He went through. That match was extreme. And Shane McMahon has had many other extreme matches of an ambulance match with Kane. A hardcore match with Kane. That at a point, Kane nearly freaking detached his balls in a match. Like, it was just crazy. You know, this is what I'm saying. That's what extreme is about. Like, and I've seen moments in extreme. I've seen an indie promotion called Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. You know, I've been to some events so far, and by far some of the most extreme matches I've seen in the indie promotions right now. There were matches with the hardcore title with Zach Monster, one of the epic hardcore men, Chuckles, Lena Taylor, Jesse Neal, Axe Glover. There's a lot of people there that are hardcore, and I've seen these. Like, it's just crazy. That's what I like, hardcore, and that's what they need to bring back in WWE. I also remember at Royal Rumble, Mankind and The Rock in an I Quit match. Mankind, Mick Foley. The man got his head busted open with so many chair shots. It's crazy. I don't know how the man was still living. And he got hit hard. Like, it was bananas. Like, I don't understand. And yet he came back, he fought The Rock again in Harlem in Sunday Night Heat in an empty arena, Falls Count Anywhere. These two were still going at it hardcore way. And he still won with a freaking trailer. Like, it just landed on The Rock, and he won the match. That was so extreme. I still watch that match to this day over and over and over. One thing that was funny, I found it funny at the time. You know, even though God rest her soul, she was an excellent wrestler. Mae Young, this woman was a daredevil. She was a daredevil in wrestling. She was a daredevil in hardcore. The Dudley Boys, well, Bubba Ray Dudley, powerbombed her through a table. Like, this was an 80-year-old woman. How the hell is an 80-year-old woman taking a powerbomb like that? I don't understand. But she did it. And I was like, holy shit. Like, is the woman alive? Is she dead? But, you know, they usually give that signal. You know, she squeezes hands. She's like, okay, I'm okay. But she took it like a champ. She took that powerbomb, and most men can't take it. And she took it because she's extreme. That was Mae Young when she did. Also, we had a time that Shane McMahon in Backlash 2001, he fought the Big Show. This man jumped from a Titantron. A Titantron. Like, it was insane that he jumped from a Titantron onto the Big Show. How extreme is that you jumping all the way from 20 feet high to get your opponent and get that victory? Like, I don't understand what would cause that type of stuff to do. Then he jumped off the cell, Hell in a Cell. Like, oh my God, is this man crazy? Is he gonna die? What is going on? First, it was against The Undertaker. Do you see how high that fucking cell is? Do you see how high it is? The man did tried an elbow shot to The Undertaker. Failed miserably. And still kept going. Then against the same thing against Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, he tried to do it against him too. Sami Zayn just came out of nowhere and took him out the way. Like, wow, this man is lethal. Guys, as always, if you're watching, please feel free to share our live show right now so we can get more viewers in. We appreciate everybody watching. Now, we're going to get into the card of Extreme Rules. And you can give your predictions as we go along. As I'm talking about the card, you can comment. Let us know what you think. If you think somebody else is going to win, let us know. We're going to start with this card. You got the Revival going up against the Usos for the tag team titles of Monday Night Raw. Both tag teams are great. Usos are an excellent tag team, possibly one of the best tag teams in this era. But I would have to say I'm going to give this to the Revival. The Revival has been red hot as of late. They've been on a roll going into, ever since they renewed their contracts, they're going in, they're signing. I think the Revival is going to take this match against the Usos. I could be wrong, but only time will tell. We got to see it on Sunday. Aleister Black against Cesaro. We mentioned this early on the show. Cesaro accepted the challenge to Aleister Black. I want to see the match. Both great athletes, both elite superstars in the ring. But I would have to say my pick is going to be Aleister Black. For the simple fact that Aleister Black is hungry. He wants a fight. He's going to take it. And I think he's going to take that match. Ricochet against AJ Styles. United States Championship match. I would have had love for them to put a stipulation in it like a ladder match or a TLC match. I guess not. They don't want to do it. With these two, they should have. You know what I mean? I have to give my pick, this one, to AJ Styles. Ricochet. I like Ricochet. I like how he does. Ricochet and AJ Styles, great chemistry together. And John Smith, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for watching, brother. I'm telling you, you have Ricochet and AJ Styles, great athletes, perfect in the ring. But I would have to give the experience to AJ Styles in this one. You know, even though Ricochet did win, he did do his certain, he beat Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe is not an easy man to beat. But, you know, what can you do? Kenneth Odell, Aleister Black. That's my pick. He's my pick against Cesaro. So we're going to see how that's going to fold. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. Last man standing match. Last time we saw these guys go at it in a Pinfall's Count Anywhere match, holy shit, they brought down the house. These guys were moving like luchadors in the ring. The way they were doing it, the way they caused that chaos, that I quote what Corey Graves says, holy shit. I'm expecting an all-out brawl with this one. I would have to give this one to Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, and I heard about that too, that Braun Strowman is actually being molded again to become the monster among men again. They're bringing him back. They want that character back in Braun Strowman. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. You've got to give this man a push. Give him a title. Forget the tag team titles. Give him a title. The man deserves it. He works hard for it. Braun Strowman is my pick going into this match. Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak is actually on his game. Tony Nese, former Cruiserweight Champion. But I got to give it to Drew. Drew's hungry. He wants to keep that title. Let him have it. Let him take it. I think it's going to happen. I think he's going to take it. Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, against the New Day, against Heavy Machinery for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. I actually have to give my pick to the Heavy Machinery. These guys are actually coming up in the ranks, and they've been doing pretty good. I got to give it to them. I think they're going to do it. You know, a little funny with the worm. You know, for a big guy, the guy could do a really good worm because I can't even do a worm. But these guys are actually good athletes. And not taking anything away from the New Day. You know, they've been, I think, 4 or 5-time champions. Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, also great athletes. But I think Heavy Machinery is due. And I think they're going to take those titles. Bayley against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Women's SmackDown title. I think either Nikki Cross is going to take it or Bayley's just going to win overall. That pretty much Nikki Cross is going to double cross Alexa Bliss, take the title, and not even worry about it. I wish there could have been a triple threat, but that 2-1 is not really working for me right now. So we'll see how that goes. Kofi Kingston against Samoa Joe. Remember, I had mentioned that Samoa Joe has the advantage because Kofi Kingston is working with a back injury right now. But we'll see how that's going to unfold. That's never stopped Kofi Kingston before. Because you see how he's done all over in ladder matches, Money in the Bank matches, Elimination Chambers, and Royal Rumbles. So the man is unpredictable. But I honestly have to give my pick to Kofi Kingston. Because even though Samoa Joe is hungry, he wants that title, but you never know. This is WWE. Sometimes it's unpredictable, sometimes it's predictable. But I'm giving my pick to Kofi Kingston. So we'll see how that's going to go. This match, I'm looking forward to seeing this match now. The dream tag team that nobody ever thought they would see. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. I would have loved to see The Undertaker and Roman Reigns coming in motorcycles and The Undertaker coming back as the American Badass. How about that one? I know you guys will probably want to see that too. If you guys don't agree, you can let me know. But that would be an awesome entrance for both of them coming in a motorcycle and Undertaker back as the American Badass. I don't think it's going to happen. We can only dream and hope. Maybe we can start a rumor, get it out there, see if WWE listens. Who knows? My pick definitely will be Taker and Roman Reigns, for sure. That's the dream team. They can't lose. I'm sorry. You making Shane McMahon win, that's ridiculous. The man is getting too much pull. He's getting too much of a push. He's a wrestler, but come on. He's part of the company. Let others grow in the company, man. Move your ass out the way. Back up. Give more room to talent. Then you had the final main event. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch against Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans in a winner-take-all Extreme Rules match. You don't know what's going to happen. Baron Corbin has been itching to get that Universal title. Lacey Evans has been itching to get that women's title. You don't know what to expect. I'm hoping for Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins to win, but you don't know. Anything can happen in an Extreme Rules match. It's going to be insane. You know what I mean? So we got to be really, the only way you're going to find out what's going on, tune into Extreme Rules this Sunday. And word has it, again, Sasha Banks might return this Sunday. You never know. She might help Bayley, then turn on Bayley and become a heel. Because that's what Sasha Banks does. There's only one way to find out. Watch the WWE Network and see how it's going to go. Well, wrestling fans, our time is up for today. We appreciate everyone watching on the show. We appreciate the support. And yes, absolutely. We just had a comment from Kenneth. KO may interfere in that match. You're absolutely right. You know, and as you said, Sting, they've been having a lot of talk. Now that you mentioned that, John Smith, they've been having a lot of talk about doing this this kind of reenacting of The Undertaker and Sting. There's still many people that want to see that match. You know, a lot of people, do we want to see Sting show up? Hell yeah, I want to see Sting show up. To interfere in that and go and man, the date that The Undertaker faces Sting, do you know how much ratings and fans they're going to get to see that match? Forget the hell of the age. These two are still great icons, and they still going to want to have a fight and still bring a match. So I want to see it. WWE, make it happen. Sting, get out of retirement and come fight this man. This is what needs to be done. Well, fans, as always, again, as I was saying, we appreciate everyone that is watching this show. We appreciate the support. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our New Evolution shirts, as you can see. Also, if you have any comments, concerns, or topics that you ever want to see or ever want us to put out there, email us, evolutionofprowrestling@gmail.com. Next week's show, our topic, The greatest and most significant moments in wrestling history. That is our next topic for next week. Again, for those who didn't hear it, next week's topic, the greatest and most significant moments in wrestling history. And we'll talk about any of all wrestling. WCW, WWE, WWF, ECW, NWA, New Japan, indie promotions. Wherever you think you got a significant moment, let us know. We'll put it on the show. From all of us fans, from here at Evolution of Pro Wrestling, from myself, as a host of Evolution, and my producer, wife, Yesenia. Thank you for joining us. Tune in this Monday. We're going to be having Alex Red on the show. He is going to be discussing his card for Wham Bam Slam, which is a card you're not going to want to miss, and not in an event you are not going to want to miss. Thank you, fans. Have a good night.